Warm welcome. You're watching Times Now and you're watching it with me, Meghna Deka. Lots lined up for you here on Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. However, the focus is going to be the massive clash that we are seeing again in the national capital, and this clash is over the Tiranga. To be more specific, on 15th of August, as India celebrates its Independence Day, who gets to unfurl the Tiranga in the heart of India in Delhi? Well, once again, the Delhi Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, he's in the eye of this storm. This time, it is for his letter that he's written to the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. In the letter, Arvind Kejriwal has penned from Tihar jail that Cabinet Minister Atishi will be hoisting the national flag on his behalf at Delhi government's Independence Day function. However, the Delhi LG office has denied receiving any such information. The BJP, meanwhile, has criticized Kejriwal and said that according to the national flag protocol, only the chief minister is authorized to hoist the tricolour, suggesting that if Arvind Kejriwal wants Atishi to hoist the flag, he should resign and make her the chief minister so that it is as per the rule. He can't give out this order allowing his own minister or anyone other than the chief minister to hoist the national flag on Independence Day. Now, even Congress has been echoing similar demands and said that in such circumstances, the chief minister must resign and ask somebody else to take over. It also has questioned as to why Kejriwal is refusing to let go of his seat, continues to govern Delhi from inside the jail. Listen to the war of words.
अरविंद केजरीवाल ने एलजी को लेटर लिखा और कहा है कि इस बार 15 अगस्त पे आतिशी जो हैं झंडा फहराएंगे उनकी।
मुझे हैरानी है कि वो आतिशी का नाम ले रहे हैं। वो विजय नायर का नाम ले सकते थे, विभव कुमार का नाम ले सकते थे, या अपने परिवार के किसी सदस्य का नाम ले सकते थे जो चुनाव प्रचार में व्यस्त हैं। अगर उन्होंने इस तरह से ही करना है तो अरविंद केजरीवाल को समझना चाहिए कि वो दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री हैं। कुछ संवैधानिक मर्यादाएं हैं, कुछ ऐसे पालन है जो उस पद पर बैठे हुए व्यक्ति को करने होते हैं। वो आतिशी से झंडा फहराना चाहते हैं, फहराएं, लेकिन उसके लिए उन्हें इस्तीफा देना चाहिए। आतिशी को मुख्यमंत्री घोषित करना चाहिए, आतिशी को कार्यवाहक मुख्यमंत्री बनाना चाहिए। तो वो नॉर्म्स पूरे होते हैं। लेकिन ऐसे आप हवा में बात छोड़ेंगे कि XYZ किसी से करा लीजिए, तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो ठीक है।
But I don't know whether the LG can host a flag or not. Obviously, LG is head of government. And if the Lieutenant Governor and CM are present at any one point, it's normally the LG who takes precedence. In such circumstances, normally all leaders in India, while protesting the arrest, and we have also said that this kind of arrest is not really warranted, we believe that he has indulged in corrupt practices, but there is a system by which you can arrest somebody or not. Is that normally circumstances that you resign, you allow somebody else to take over, run the government, and when you are released, you come back and you can always take over your government back. It's happened recently, it's happened in the past. I think for reasons that are beyond me to understand, Kejriwal is refusing to let go of his seat. Only he knows why he wants to do that.
Well, in fact, let me go across to our panelists. Joining us today on the show, Neoma Gupta, a BJP spokesperson. Dr. Piyush Joshi is also joining us, a political analyst. In fact, Dr. Piyush Joshi, my first question is going to be to you because it's important to put aside some of the politics. After all, we are talking about the Tiranga, the pride of India. It's important that we stick to the facts here. Is it not true that as per the national flag protocol, only the chief minister is allowed to hoist the flag in the states, and in the case that he is not available, as was the case in Delhi from 1991 to 93, even in 2014 when there was no chief minister, it was the LG who hoisted the flag in Delhi. Isn't that true?
Well, certainly that is true because it's a statement of fact that you have mentioned. But in case the chief minister is not available, then someone has to substitute for the chief minister, and that's the usual protocol. Let's say if the chief minister is not well, chief minister has undergone a surgery, then someone has to substitute for the chief minister. What Mr. Kejriwal is doing here... Which has been
in the case in the past as well, which has been the LG.
Yes, precisely. Now you know... that's, setting apart the legal issue. When we talk about the ethical issue, why Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has been in jail for such a long time, we have debated it a number of times in the past as well, and we'll continue to debate the same matter unless and until the courts adjudicate on the issue of the alleged liquor gate. But not a single penny of recovery has been done in that particular case. Yet he is behind the bars. Is he illegally behind the bars? No, he is not illegally behind the bars, because the union government has passed a draconian law through the Parliament of the nation. And
I'm sorry, I was asking about the Tiranga. This is about the national pride, and I started by saying that. Let's keep politics aside. In the past, is it not true that the LG, in the absence of a chief minister, would be unfurling the Tiranga? This is not about politics.
I totally agree with you. That is quite possible. If the LG wants, LG is the administrative head. He can very well say, I will not allow Atishi to hoist the Indian tricolor, and I will hoist the tricolor, like he has been bulldozing the governance of the Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government in the past. What I'm telling you here, that is it legal? What Mr. Kejriwal is doing? Yes, because the law doesn't prohibit him to be a chief minister. The law does not prohibit him from asking someone to substitute in his place because he is not available for the job. So that is the whole issue. The main problem is the vengeful attitude of the union government. The union government wanting to destroy Aam Aadmi Party. Still we are in prima. It's been 2 years. Still we are in prima facie land. The examination of facts has not yet begun in the courts. How long are we going to wait? You are going to.
I'll not venture into that territory, because the entire matter is currently sub judice. Whether or not the chief minister should be in the jail or if he should be out, that is completely the prerogative of the courts. I'll leave it there. Neoma Gupta, I'm going to come to you now. Neoma Gupta, I beg your pardon. Neoma Gupta, I'm going to come to you now. Dr. Piyush Joshi, however, has made one valid point. He says that Arvind Kejriwal has the right to write to the LG and say that in my place, I want one of my ministers to hoist the flag. What's wrong in making a suggestion such as this? The LG can decide to accept or decline.
First of all, he has a right to write anything he wishes to write, but his wishes cannot come true because there is a certain protocol in standards and there are certain precedents which have to be respected. We are not just talking about anything, we are talking about the hoisting of our national flag. Now, if he's unable to perform the hoisting, this responsibility then comes with LG. I'm actually trying to make this person on your panel recall that in 1991 to 93, and then again in 2014, when there was no CM in Delhi, it was the LG who hoisted the flag. So this is not a new revolutionary development. And also let me remind you that the anarchist behavior and the disruption of significant national events is nothing strange for the Aam Aadmi Party. Most importantly, I would like to further, go on to the fact that today's debate is, of course, about the sanctity of the national flag and the protocol surrounding its hoisting. I'll get to that in a few minutes, but I'd like to tell you that the larger picture which is over here, which is a glaring symptom in the letter which has been addressed to the LG, whether he receives it right now or no, it's a matter of time. It's been months since the chief minister has been in jail, and since then the city's functioning and administration seems to be going down the drain, whether it comes to electricity, PPAC charges, whatever it is. Delhi seems to be in a terrible mess. Actually, I must correct myself. Not everything is going down the drain because water and sewage is not exactly going down, which has exemplified the recent flooding. Amidst all this, the CM did not have the sensitivity or sensibility to resign and appoint someone else in his place. So while AAP said that we will handle everything, there's nothing seems to be handling. According to the protocol, if the chief minister is unable to perform a flag hoisting, this responsibility then lies with the LG. I want to add
but Neoma, I wanted to quickly, sorry to come in.
I'm not done. One second, last point.
Okay.
In 1974, due to a suggestion made by their alliance partner, DMK's founder, Mr. Karunanidhi, chief ministers got the right to unfurl the national flag after like a quarter of a century since independence.
Okay.
Now you are making a mockery of that privilege by, they're playing pass in a parcel to another minister.
Okay.
It's a simple solution. Resign, make somebody else, whoever you wish.
But Neoma, you talked about the precedents. However, my question was, is it illegal for the chief minister to suggest someone else? Yes, in the past, we've had the LG do it. Does that mean every time it must be the LG do it? That was the question. That was the point that Dr. Piyush Joshi was making.
See, he can write whatever he wishes to write. There is nothing illegal in in the form of expression. It's our democratic right.
Okay.
But you have to follow precedents and the protocols therein above. You have to see what precedents have been followed when the chief ministers were not there. These are decisions which are made in a constitutionally active way. So if the person concerned is saying, the matter is sub judice, whether he's been proved, that is not the point of contention here. It's a simple thing. You want somebody else in the chief minister's chair, which is hoisting a flag is a very big thing.
Okay.
It's not a small thing. So put somebody else as the chief minister.
I think I got your point. Piyush, I'm going to come to you. So her simple point is, you want someone to carry out the duty of a chief minister, appoint that person the chief minister. Arvind Kejriwal has also got the right to resign now. He should just resign, is the point that BJP is making.
Well, if he was certainly guilty of the charges which have been levied against Mr. Kejriwal, he would have certainly resigned. But you cannot fall prey to the vengeful tactics of the Bharatiya Janata Party-led union government. You have to fight their opposition operational mechanism. You have to be standing strong against the false charges levied against you, and that is what Mr. Kejriwal is doing. Is Mr. Kejriwal unpredictable? Oh yes, he has been unpredictable all his life. Can you just deduce what he is going to do in the future? No, he is never as simple as he comes across. He is a sharp man, and he is fighting the Bharatiya Janata Party, in their own ground, and he is taking them hands on. So that is what Mr. Kejriwal is all about, and that is why he is behind the bars. He gets bail in one issue from one court, the another agency is knocked down on before even he is released. The another agency knocks down and gets him behind the bars. The Supreme Court's constitutional bench adjudicates on matters related to the administration of Delhi. The government brings an ordinance on this very same evening, and appoints the LG, the administrative head. अरे बाबा, आप मालिक हो दिल्ली के, आप बोलो आतिशी को नहीं करने देंगे, हम आतिशी की जगह विनय सक्सेना करेंगे. यदि काम ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है तो हार जाएंगे चुनाव. अगली बार दिल्ली की जनता जो है वो बाहर का दरवाजा दिखा देगी.
Here's the thing, Dr. Piyush Joshi, there are also certain rules which are very specifically there.
Exactly.
For example, you have that under Rule 620I, as per the rule book of the prison. It provides that prisoners may be allowed to write letters only to their family members, to their relatives, as well as to close friends. Prisoners should also be allowed to correspond with counsels handling their cases. It cannot be allowed for a prisoner to write letters, shoot letters to the LG. It's very clear. The rules are very clear that every prisoner has the right to be allowed reasonable facilities in seeing or communicating with either the family members, relatives, friends, legal advisors. Nowhere does it say that a person who is sitting inside the jail, who is one of the prisoners, can be writing to the LG.
Well, he might have gone through the channel of his legal advisor only, right? Otherwise, how is he going to write? How is his letter going to come out?
No, sorry, I didn't get your point.
Of course, he must have given to his lawyer that by LG saab ko letter de do. That is what must have happened. But we are. No,
it's a letter which has been written by Arvind Kejriwal.
Yes, and must have been addressed to the LG and must have gone through the route of his legal counsel. If someone wants a pardon from the president of the India.
So you are saying that the rules, at least you are agreeing that it has been founded, that Rule 588, Rule 588. I'm just quoting the rules. You may not like the rules. It may not be convenient for you right now. But please bear me out. Hear this. Rule 588 has further clarified that the contents of all the letters should be limited to private matters.
But this is not a private matter under which
I agree with you.
Right?
The rules are very clear.
And if there is something illegal that he has done, then the prosecution can again
Neoma
raise that particular point. So
at least you concede that yes, this is wrong as per the rules. If you have the rules, they are very clear.
One very simple question to the honorable BJP spokesperson, that if the chief minister is not available, then someone because he is the elected representative, then he has the right to appoint a substitute. How can a person who is holding a higher post in the hierarchy is going to substitute the chief minister? Which rule says that?
So that's the whole point. We are not asking for a
It's very convenient that you have completely sidestepped the rules here, but Neoma Gupta, it's convenient that the rules be damned when it comes to those who are supporting a certain ideology. It's very convenient that at times you will say it is vindictiveness of the legal agencies, of even the courts. But when it comes to the rules, when rules are being cited, they say that's a different issue. That's ironical, isn't it?
It's a saga, and it's the national, it's a party anthem to constantly blame. So I can't even answer that. The substance of this is the national flag and its hoisting others are still the strength of our, republic and a cohesive identity of our nation. And I'm sure even my opponent will agree that it's not a relay race where you pass the baton to someone. It's a sacred ceremony which is performed by people who are designated in power. As you very correctly said, we've gone through the protocol of a chief minister. The LG has done it in the past. This is what I'm talking about, President. You want somebody else from your political party to do it because you're in jail. Resign and put someone else. It's such an easy logic. I don't know why don't they ever follow logic. When it comes to writing communication, they flouted the rules. When it comes to anything, the rules are constantly flouted. Ma'am, we all know that making excuses, holding press conference where everybody is blamed is not a solution to participating in a sacred ceremony like that.
Right.
Please resign, get somebody in your chair and let them hoist the flag. Let's keep the Independence Day celebration sacred like every Indian wants it to be done.
Is that what's happening, Dr. Piyush Goyal? Because at the end of it, even the courts have decided. This is the decision of the courts to keep the elected chief minister in jail. But when you're talking about him being uprighteous, talking about him being the man who's going to be upholding the law, someone who's righteous, I just quoted a long list of laws which have been flouted and even corresponding directly with the LG.
It is also the Honorable Supreme Court's decision to allow Mr. Kejriwal to continue in his chair. The Honorable Supreme Court has said there's nothing illegal about it. So, that's very convenient. On one side we say that, laws are being flouted. On one side we say when the law is followed to the letter, then, I fail to understand what this all halla is all about. If the LG does not want Atishi
if there are rules and laws which are openly flouted, I have listed the prisoner laws, what the rule book says about what is allowed, what are the rights of a prisoner, what are not. At the end of it, you are saying what is the halla about? The halla is only about small things such as laws and rules and perhaps precedences. Unfortunately, we are running out of time, but thank you so much, Neoma Gupta, for joining us here on the show, as well as Dr. Piyush Joshi. Appreciated. Of course, we'll have to wait and see. Come 15th of August, who's going to unfurl the Tiranga? Will it be the person appointed by the Chief Minister, if at all the Chief Minister feels he has the right to appoint someone in his stead to unfurl it, or will the LG step in? We'll have to wait and see. Without a short break.